watched the orange skies from the circle of my mother's arms, weeping for him. "Hush," my mother whispered to me. "Hush." But I was only a child. I had not learned to be silent, and when he returned, tired and triumphant, I cried just as loudly and buried myself in him. But he was no longer the man who had walked away. The military government had listened. They had bought the dove from him. He was a rich man now, and a powerful one, and he had more important things to do than cuddle me. Within weeks of my father's return, the Nazareth Act came into force. I remember the queues, the identity checks, the biometric registrations, and surrounding it all, my father's jubilation at his success. Opponents called the dove a violation of human rights, but as my father said, it worked. Your screen was registered, you were issued with an identity card, and from then on you were identified by your screen address, no matter where the social and financial earthquakes had left your land one. The satellites were still operational, so the authorities always knew where you were. What food there was could be distributed fairly. New laws could be communicated quickly, and card-carrying citizens got the information they needed to survive. Food drops, medical assistance, re-registration requirements, work opportunities. New acts came in thick and fast. To the Exodus Act and the Optimum Resourcing Act were added the Land Allocation Act, the Prisoner Release Act, the Possession of Property Act, each heralded by a triumphant fanfare on the news bulletin, which was now the only source of information. The dove was the ultimate firewall. Anything it did not approve went onto the raven routes, and over time, the raven routes became more and more dangerous. A screen open to raven routes burnt out in seconds. Whether the virus that did so was a government initiative or a legacy from the days of unrestricted access, no one could say. And so, with cards and screens and the dove, order was created from chaos. Regular biometric re-registration meant that stolen cards and the cards of the dead were only ever valid for a limited time. By the time I was 10, a valid card was the most valuable thing in the world, and my mother and I, duly registered, were able to go out for a walk. "Where's your card?" my mother demanded the first time we went to unbolt the door. "Show me." We'd practiced so many times. I unzipped the inside of my pocket, felt through the hole, opened the card compartment of my belt, and held it out to her. 7 seconds, she said. "It's not fast enough." "You do it then," I said, but my mother was holding her card up before I'd even started the timer. "The troops will shoot me if you don't show your card," she said, "and it'll be stolen if it can be seen." And so I tried harder, but she wasn't satisfied and took my card away to look after it herself. We went to Regent's Park to look at the tents people had set up as temporary accommodation, although she wouldn't let me speak to anyone. We went to the new banks of the Thames, too, to see Big Ben and the London Eye peering mournfully out of the water. But even with the security of the troop patrols, London had become desolate and dangerous, and soon our outings became confined to the British Museum, just around the corner. We went there every day. It became my schoolroom, my playground, my almost home. "Things will get better," my mother said, holding my hand, and I believed her. The bulletin said the same. And yet, time went by, and still people starved. Still they slept in floating death traps, or in the campsites that had been created in London's parks, now surrounded by razor wire. I saw these things through the bubble of safety and relative plenty in which I lived.